1980s weren't just about neon lights and big hair. Dodge was out there designing some of the coolest, most badass muscle cars of the decade. From turbocharged beasts to sleek street machines, these Dodges didn't just perform, they looked the part too. Number 15, 1989, Dodge Daytona Shelby. The 1989 Dodge Daytona Shelby is one of the best-looking cars of its time. It had a design that stood out with its sharp lines, bold features, and sporty appearance. Unlike many other cars from the late 1980s, it had a modern and aggressive look that made it unique. The front-end design was updated that year, giving the car a more streamlined and smooth shape. The new wraparound look, combined with cooling slots and a lower air dam, helped improve aerodynamics while making the car appear more stylish and polished. Moving to the hood, a raised power bulge added to its strong appearance. It also had an intercooled turbo decal, making it clear that this was a performance car. The integrated parking and turn lights blended into the front-end design, keeping the overall shape clean and well-structured. Built-in driving lamps added a sporty feel, while also improving visibility at night. The car's ground effects package, rear fascia, and liftback spoiler gave it a more dynamic shape, making it look fast, even when standing still. Looking at the wheels, the 16-inch aluminum directional rims added to its sporty character. The special contoured slots were not just for looks. They also helped cool the brakes during hard driving. These wheels were fitted with high-performance Goodyear Eagle tires, which matched the car's overall aggressive styling. Inside, the interior matched the sporty exterior. The standard package included a leather-wrapped sports steering wheel and a Chrysler Infinity sound system, which made the driving experience feel premium. The seats came in two options: cloth with vinyl trim or sport leather with vinyl trim. The driver's seat had 18-way power adjustments, giving a comfortable and customized feel. The instrument cluster combined digital and analog displays, keeping the look futuristic for its time. At the back, the liftback spoiler was one of the most noticeable features. It was designed not only for looks, but also to help with aerodynamics. The rear window louvers were another unique touch, giving the car a race-inspired appearance. With its bold styling, unique details, and strong presence, the 1999 Dodge Daytona Shelby remains one of the best-looking cars of its era. Number 14, 1987 Dodge Charger Shelby GLHS. The 1987 Dodge Charger Shelby GLHS is a car that grabs attention the moment you see it. It has a bold and aggressive design that makes it stand out from other cars of its time. The sharp lines, wide stance, and sporty decals make it look fast even when it is parked. Everything about the car's appearance tells you it was built for speed and excitement. Look at the front. The Charger Shelby GLHS has a low aerodynamic hood with a blacked-out grille that gives it a serious and tough look. The rectangular headlights sit perfectly in place, making the front look balanced and well-proportioned. A simple but noticeable Shelby badge on the grille reminds you that this car is special. The hood also features functional vents, which add to its race-inspired design. On the sides, the Charger Shelby GLHS has a two-door coupe body with bold stripes running along the length of the car. The white lettering on the black paint makes the design pop, and the GLHS decal on the doors makes sure everyone knows this is not a regular Dodge Charger. The car sits on 15-inch alloy wheels, which add to its sporty appearance. These wheels not only look good, but also match the car's performance image. At the back, the Charger Shelby GLHS has a simple yet aggressive design. The large taillights stretch across the rear, making the car look wider. A small spoiler sits on the trunk, giving it a more race-ready appearance. The Shelby and Dodge badge on the back reminds everyone that this car is a result of a special partnership. The rear bumper is clean and simple, with a single exhaust pipe that hints at the power under the hood. Inside, the Charger Shelby GLHS keeps the sporty theme going. The bucket seats are designed to hold the driver in place during fast turns, and they have a simple but stylish look. The dashboard is straightforward, with all the necessary gauges placed in easy-to-read positions. The interior may not be fancy, but it matches the car's performance-focused design. Overall, the 1987 Dodge Charger Shelby GLHS is a car that looks as fast as it drives. Its bold design, racing stripes, and sporty details make it one of the best-looking cars of its time. It is a car that stands out, and demands attention wherever it goes. Number 13, 1984 Dodge Rampage. The 1984 Dodge Rampage was a small car-based truck that had a unique and eye-catching look. Unlike bigger, bulky pickup trucks, this one had a smooth design that blended a car's front with a truck's open bed in the back. The shape made it stand out on the road, giving it a sporty and stylish feel. With its compact size and sharp body lines, it looked more modern than other trucks of its time. One of the best things about the Dodge Rampage was its front-end design. The 1984 model got a fresh update with a new grille, lower bumper, and 4 rectangular headlights instead of 2. This made the truck look more aggressive and refined at the same time. The body was long and low, giving it a balanced shape that was neither too big nor too small. Compared to other small trucks like the Subaru Brat or the Volkswagen Caddy, the Rampage had a cleaner, more polished look. The side shape of the Rampage was another strong point. It had a smooth roofline that connected perfectly to the back, making the truck look well put together. The large rear window also gave it a sporty touch, while keeping the overall design neat and simple. The truck bed was not huge, but it blended so well with the rest of the body that it looked like a natural part of the design instead of something just added on. The size of the Dodge Rampage also played a big role in its good looks. This made it just the right size to look sporty, without being too small to be useful. It also sat lower than most trucks, giving it a more car-like stance that made it appear fast, even when parked. Finally, the Rampage had just the right amount of detail. The small hood scoop, simple chrome accents, and squared-off rear end made it look sharp without being too flashy. Everything about it was well-proportioned, making it one of the best-looking small trucks ever made. If you're enjoying this breakdown of the 1987 Dodge Daytona Pacifica's amazing design, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think about this stylish classic. Was it one of the best-looking cars of its time? Stay tuned. Number 12, 1989 Dodge Spirit RT. Imagine it is the early 1990s, and you are looking for a car that is not only fast, but also looks good. The usual choices are out there like the BMW M5 or the Ford Taurus SHO, but you want something different. That is where the 1999 Dodge Spirit RT comes in. It is a car that does not look like much at first, but when you take a closer look, it has a design that is both bold and simple in the best way. At a time when many sedans had soft, rounded shapes, the Dodge Spirit RT kept its strong, boxy look. This design gave it a confident and sturdy appearance, making it stand out on the road. The sharp lines and squared-off edges gave it a serious, no-nonsense style that still looked modern for its time. It did not try too hard to look flashy, but its clean and well-balanced design made it appealing. A big part of what made this car look great was its front grille. Dodge gave it a unique crosshair design that made the car instantly recognizable. Instead of using too much chrome like some other cars of that time, the Spirit RT kept things simple and sporty. The headlights were neatly placed and matched well with the straight lines of the hood and fenders, giving the front end a balanced and polished look. The side appearance of the Spirit RT also had a lot of charm. Its slightly taller roofline made the cabin look spacious, while keeping the body proportions just right. The wheels had a simple yet aggressive design that added to the car's overall appeal. Dodge made sure the car looked ready for action without adding too many unnecessary details. At the back, the Spirit RT had a clean and straightforward design that completed its well-put-together look. The taillights were large but not oversized, blending in smoothly with the rest of the car. It did not have a large spoiler or any extreme styling features, but that was part of its charm. It looked like a car built for performance without trying too hard to prove it. Even though the Dodge Spirit RT was not the most luxurious car of its time, its well-thought-out design made it a great-looking sedan. It had a simple yet bold look that made it stand out, proving that good design does not always have to be complicated. Number 11, 1985 Dodge 600 ES Turbo. The 1985 Dodge 600 ES Turbo is one of the best-looking cars of its time. It had a design that mixed luxury with sportiness, making it stand out from other cars on the road. Dodge wanted this car to look different from its Chrysler LeBaron sibling, but in many ways, they looked very similar. Even so, the Dodge 600 had enough unique details to make it an attractive car. One of the first things people notice about this car is the front grille. Instead of the fancy, chrome-heavy grille found on the LeBaron, the 600 had a body-colored grille with horizontal slats. This gave the car a sportier and more modern appearance. The quad headlamps also helped shape its front-end look, making it different from the dual headlamp design of some other Chrysler cars. The combination of these features made the 600 look aggressive but still classy. Another feature that made this car good-looking was its wheels. The 600 ES Turbo had special wheels with holes in them, which some people called Swiss cheese wheels. These looked sportier than the wire wheel covers that were often seen on the LeBaron. Even though wheels can be changed, these factory wheels added to the car's overall sporty appearance. The stand-up hood ornament and full-width tail lamps also gave the car a high-end look while still keeping it different from the Chrysler version. The shape of the car itself played a big role in its appearance. The design was boxy but balanced, with sharp lines that gave it a strong and confident look. The convertible version in particular looked stylish with the top down. The black paint option made the car even more eye-catching, giving it a bold and serious look. A LeBaron convertible painted black without fake wood trim might have had a similar effect, but the Dodge badge made it feel sportier. Even though the 600 ES Turbo looked like its Chrysler twin, it still had a unique charm. Its sporty details made it more appealing to those who wanted a stylish car with a confident presence. It was one of Dodge's best-looking cars of the 1980s. Number 10, 1989, Dodge Caravan Turbo. The 1989 Dodge Caravan Turbo is one of those cars that stands out in a unique way. It may not be a sports car, but its design has a charm that makes it special. With its boxy shape, bold front grille, and a mix of classic and modern touches, this minivan has a style that catches attention. Even though minivans are usually seen as family cars, this one has something extra that makes it interesting to look at. To begin with, the maroon paint gives the Caravan a rich and deep color that looks great on the road. The matching interior with velvet seats, carpets, and door panels makes the car feel warm and stylish. The wooden panels on the dashboard add a classic touch that was popular in the 1980s, making the inside look more refined. Everything about the design makes it feel well put together, as if every part was chosen to match perfectly. Another detail that makes this car appealing is its short wheelbase body. This gives it a balanced and compact look compared to longer minivans. The standard steel wheels suit the design well, but there was also an option for 15-inch alloy wheels, which added a sportier feel. Even though it was built as a practical vehicle, the way it was designed gives it a bit of a cool factor, making it more than just a regular family car. The front of the Caravan has a confident look with its bold grille and simple yet strong headlights. The shape of the hood and front bumper give it a clean and solid appearance. Unlike many cars today which have overly complicated designs, this one keeps things simple but effective. The side mirrors are electrically adjustable, which was a nice touch for its time, and they blend well with the overall shape of the vehicle. On the inside, the Caravan was designed to be both comfortable and functional. The seats are soft, and there is plenty of space for passengers. There is also a good amount of storage, making it useful while still looking neat and organized. The FM stereo radio with 10 watts per channel added a fun feature that made driving more enjoyable. In the end, the 1989 Dodge Caravan Turbo may not be the first car that comes to mind when thinking about great-looking vehicles, but it has a charm of its own. Its classic styling, rich color, and well-matched details make it a car that still turns heads today. Number 9, 1981 Dodge Diplomat Coupe. The 1981 Dodge Diplomat Coupe had a style that made it stand out in its time. While some cars went for flashy designs, this one had a clean, sharp look that gave it a classy feel. With its long hood, squared-off front, and smooth lines, the Diplomat Coupe had the perfect mix of elegance and strength. It was the kind of car that looked good, parked on the street or driving down the highway. One of the most striking parts of the car was its front grille. It had a bold design with thin vertical bars that made it look refined without being too much. The headlights sat neatly on either side, giving the front a balanced look. The front bumper was simple but added to the strong appearance of the car. The overall shape of the car had a low and wide stance, which gave it a confident look that made people take notice. The body contour of the Diplomat Coupe added to its appeal. The long, straight lines made the car look well proportioned, and the slightly raised rear fenders gave it a touch of muscle. The two-door body made it look sportier than the four-door sedan version. It had chrome trim in just the right places, adding a bit of shine without going overboard. The wheels, whether steel or optional alloy, fit the car's design well and complete the classic look. On the inside, the Diplomat Coupe had a design that matched its good looks. The seats were covered in either soft fabric or vinyl, depending on the option chosen. The dashboard was simple but well organized, with a mix of wood-like trim and easy-to-read gauges. The power windows and locks were a nice feature for the time, and the car came in different colors, from deep reds to cool blues, making it easy to find one that matched a person's style. At the back, the car continued its stylish design. The taillights were neatly placed on either side of the trunk, and the rear bumper was clean and simple. The overall shape of the car made it look well balanced, and the rear window had just the right angle to keep the car looking smooth from front to back. In the end, the 1981 Dodge Diplomat Coupe was a great-looking car for its time. Its sharp lines, bold grille, and balanced shape gave it a classic style that still looks good today. Number 8, 1987 Dodge Shelby Lancer. The 1987 Dodge Shelby Lancer is one of those cars that looks sporty and stylish, even decades after it was made. It has a design that stands out, making it different from other cars of its time. With its bold body lines, eye-catching details, and just the right mix of aggression and class, this car grabs attention. Even though it was based on the Dodge Lancer, Shelby's version added special touches that made it look sharper and more exciting. One of the first things people notice about this car is its low and wide stance. The shape gives it a strong presence on the road, making it look like it's ready to go fast, even when standing still. The front end has a clean but sporty look, with a unique grille and rectangular headlights that fit perfectly into the car's shape. Instead of looking plain, the headlights and turn signals are arranged in a way that makes the front end look balanced and well designed. The side profile of the Shelby Lancer is just as attractive. It has smooth lines running from the front to the back, giving it a sense of motion even when parked. The ground effects and side skirts add to the sporty appearance, making the car look lower and more aerodynamic. The wheels are another important detail. They are not oversized, but they fit perfectly with the car's proportions, adding to its aggressive style without being too flashy. At the back, the car keeps its sporty theme with a small rear spoiler that adds a nice touch without looking too extreme. The taillights are large and stretch across the back, giving the car a wide and planted look. This design choice makes the Shelby Lancer stand out from other cars of the same era, which often had smaller, less noticeable taillights. Inside, the design is just as appealing. The bucket seats are deeply shaped to hold the driver in place, but they also look great, matching the car's sporty exterior. The dashboard has a simple but purposeful design, focusing on giving the driver a great experience. The addition of a high-quality Pioneer sound system made the interior feel even more modern for its time. Even today, the Dodge Shelby Lancer has a look that stands out. Its bold but balanced design makes it one of the best-looking performance cars from the late 1980s. Number 7, 1983, Dodge Shelby Charger. Have you ever seen a car that just grabs your attention and won't let go? The 1983 Dodge Shelby Charger is one of those cars. It doesn't just sit there looking average. It makes a statement. With its bold colors, sharp angles, and aggressive stance, this car looks fast even when it's parked. The unique design with the air dam in the front and the ducktail spoiler in the back gives it a sporty edge that makes other cars seem plain in comparison. This is the kind of car that turns heads at every stoplight. Right from the side, this car stands out. The shape is low and wide, giving it a strong presence on the road. The add-on body trim, like the flared rocker panels, adds extra style without looking overdone. Even the flying buttresses over the rear side windows may not be for everyone, but they give the Charger its own personality. The way the lines flow from the front to the back makes it look ready to move, and the two-tone paint job just makes it even sharper. Anyone who sees this car knows it means business. Looking straight at it, the front end grabs attention immediately. The headlights and grille sit perfectly within the design, making it look aggressive without being too much. The lower bumper adds a sense of power, and the way everything is shaped gives it an aerodynamic feel. It's a car that looks fast before you even turn the key. The Goodyear Eagle tires, with their wide stance, complete the look, making sure this car appears just as serious as it is. From the inside, it feels just as cool as it looks outside. The design may not be as flashy as some high-end sports cars, but it fits the style perfectly. It's a car built for fun, and it looks the part. Number 6, 1989, Dodge Shadow CSX-VNT. Some cars just have a way of grabbing attention, and the 1989 Dodge Shadow CSX-VNT is one of them. With its bright red paint, bold gold wheels, and aggressive stance, this car looks fast, even when it is parked. Everything about its design stands out, making it a car that turns heads wherever it goes. It may have been built for performance, but it is also one of the best-looking cars of its time. From the side, the car has a perfect shape for a sporty hatchback. It is compact but not too small, giving it a strong and balanced look. The lines on the body make it look sharp and modern, while the low stance gives it a powerful appearance. The large rear spoiler adds even more excitement, making the car look ready to take off at any moment. There's nothing boring about this design. It is made to be noticed. Looking at the front, the car has an aggressive style that makes it clear this is no ordinary Dodge Shadow. The headlights are placed perfectly to give it a serious expression, while the wide grille and front bumper make it look like it means business. The hood has just the right amount of detail to show that there is something special underneath. This car does not just blend in with traffic, it stands out with confidence. The gold wheels are one of the most unique parts of the car. Made from a lightweight plastic material, they are not only stylish, but also a piece of innovation. They match perfectly with the red body, creating a look that is both classic and eye-catching. No other car had wheels quite like these at the time, making them an unforgettable feature of the CSX-VNT. Even today, the 1989 Dodge Shadow CSX-VNT still looks incredible. Its bright colors, bold lines, and race-inspired details make it a car that will always be remembered for both its style and performance. Number 5, 1982 Dodge Mirada CMX. Some cars just have the perfect shape, and the 1982 Dodge Mirada CMX is one of them. With its long body, sharp lines, and balanced proportions, it looks like a classic personal luxury coupe should. It has a strong presence, making it a car that stands out even among other cars from the early 1980s. From the side, the Mirada 910 looks smooth and stylish. The long hood and short rear deck create a perfect shape that makes the car look both sporty and elegant. The roofline flows nicely, and the way the windows are shaped gives it a clean, finished look. The car sits just right on its 15-inch wheels, which were considered large at the time, making it look confident on the road. Looking at the front, the car has a unique style that gives it personality. The hidden headlights make the front end look sleek and modern, while the wide grille adds a sense of strength. The bumper is well designed and does not take away from the overall look. Even though the Mirada was based on other Chrysler cars, its design hides that well and makes it look like something special. Inside, the car continues to impress. The bright red interior pairs perfectly with the gray exterior, creating a bold and eye-catching contrast. The dashboard has a brushed metal design that gives it a high-end feel, and the center console is designed for comfort and ease of use. With its bucket seats and sporty steering wheel, the Mirada CMX feels just as stylish inside as it does on the outside. Even today, the 1982 Dodge Mirada CMX remains one of the best-looking cars of its time. Its well-balanced shape, elegant details, and stylish features make it a car that will always be remembered for its beauty. Number 4, 1985 Dodge Aries K Turbo. Some cars may not be the flashiest, but they have a simple, clean design that makes them stand out in their own way. The 1985 Dodge Aries K Turbo is one of those cars. It has a boxy, balanced shape that was popular in the 1980s, giving it a strong and practical look. The sharp lines and well-proportioned body make it a car that looks both stylish and functional at the same time. Looking at the front, the Aries K Turbo has a refreshed design for 1985. The rounded edges on the nose give it a more modern feel, while the grille with the Chrysler Pentastar in the center adds a touch of elegance. The rectangular headlights fit perfectly with the car's shape, making everything look well put together. The bumper blends smoothly with the rest of the design, making the car look neat and refined. From the side, the Aries K Turbo continues to have a balanced and well-thought-out shape. The straight lines and slightly slanted rear give it a sporty touch without being too flashy. The wheels fit just right with the body, and the trim around the windows gives it a finished look. The proportions are just right, making it look solid and well-built. Inside, the Aries K Turbo has a clean and simple design that matches its exterior. The dashboard is straightforward, with controls that are easy to reach. The seats are comfortable and well-shaped, making the car look inviting. The steering wheel and gear shift have a sporty feel, reminding drivers that this version of the Aries is not just about practicality, but also about a little extra fun. Even though it was designed for everyday use, the 1985 Dodge Aries K Turbo has a timeless, balanced look. Its clean lines, well-shaped body, and thoughtful details make it a car that still holds its appeal today. Number 3, 1986 Dodge Daytona Turbo Z. The 1986 Dodge Daytona Turbo Z was one of the best-looking cars of its time. From the moment people saw it, they noticed its sharp and modern design. The long hood, short rear, and smooth lines gave it a sporty shape that looked fast, even when standing still. The pop-up headlights added a futuristic touch, making the front look clean and stylish. The car sat low to the ground, which made it look even more aggressive. Looking from the side, the shape was just right. The roofline sloped down gently toward the back, giving it a perfect balance between muscle and aerodynamics. The wide fenders made the car look powerful, while the side skirts gave it a race-ready appearance. The T-top roof option made it even cooler, allowing drivers to remove the glass panels for an open-air feel. The Turbo Z badge on the fender was a small detail, but it added to the excitement of the car. The back of the car was just as stylish as the front. A large rear spoiler sat on the trunk, making the car look even sportier. The taillights stretched across the entire width, a design that made it stand out from other cars on the road. The black trim around the lights and bumper gave the rear a clean and modern look. The dual exhaust tips were small but added a sporty touch. Stepping inside, the design continued to impress. The blocky dashboard had a digital display that made the car feel high-tech. The bucket seats were shaped to hold the driver in place during sharp turns, and they even had extra side support for comfort. The steering wheel had a simple but stylish 3-spoke design. The buttons and switches were well placed, making the car feel like a real driver's machine. Every detail of the Dodge Daytona Turbo Z's design made it look like a car ahead of its time. It had a perfect mix of sporty looks, sharp angles, and futuristic touches that made people turn their heads whenever it passed by. Number 2, 1980 Dodge Aspen RT. The 1980 Dodge Aspen RT had a simple yet attractive design that stood out in its time. Unlike some cars that looked too plain or too flashy, this one had just the right mix of style. The front of the car had a rectangular grille with 2 square headlamps, giving it a modern and balanced look. The grille was thinner than in previous years, making the car appear more refined. This change may have been done to save money, but it also made the car look cleaner and more up-to-date. From the side, the Aspen RT had a strong and confident stance. The body lines were straight and smooth, creating a classic shape that still looked sporty. The car sat on painted wagon-style wheels, which gave it a bold appearance without looking overdone. Instead of heavy stripes and extra decorations like in previous models, the 1980 versions kept things simple, with small RT decals on the front fenders and the rear spoiler. These subtle details made the car look stylish without trying too hard. Looking at the back, the rear spoiler was the main highlight. It was not just for decoration, it added to the car's sporty character. The spoiler, combined with the clean design of the taillights and bumper, gave the Aspen RT a well-finished look from every angle. The rear end was balanced, with no unnecessary details that could take away from the overall design. It looked just as good from behind as it did from the front. On the inside, the Aspen RT was just as appealing. The seats were comfortable, and the dashboard was laid out in a way that made everything easy to see and use. Even though the interior was simple, it had a classic look that matched the outside design. Everything about the 1980 Dodge Aspen RT worked together to make it a car that looked good from every angle. Number 1, 1987 Dodge Daytona Pacifica. The 1987 Dodge Daytona Pacifica is one of the best-looking cars of its time. It had a fresh and modern design that made it stand out from other cars on the road. The body was longer and had a smoother shape than the earlier models, making it look more stylish. The front had pop-up headlights, which were a popular feature on performance cars in the 1980s. They gave the car a cool and futuristic look, making it appear more advanced than other vehicles. From the side, the Daytona Pacifica had a sporty and well-balanced design. The shape of the roofline flowed perfectly into the rear hatch, giving it a clean and aerodynamic look. The lower part of the car had sculpted panels that added depth and made it appear more refined. Unlike some cars that needed large spoilers to look good, even the base model of the Daytona had a small rear lip that gave it just the right touch of style without overdoing it. At the back, the full-width taillights gave the car a bold and high-tech appearance. Instead of simple rectangular lights, the smoked lens design stretched across the entire rear, making the car look wider and more aggressive. Inside, the Pacifica had an upscale feel with digital displays and luxury features. The combination of technology and style made it a car that looked advanced for its time. Overall, the 1987 Dodge Daytona Pacifica had a perfect mix of sporty and classy design. It was a car that turned heads and still stands out as one of the most attractive vehicles from its era. That's all for today. If you liked this video, then don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing car series.